Let me tell you about the story of arugula that I seeded in July under some shade cloth. Just as it was looking beautiful, guess who came along and spoiled it? That's right, it's the flea beetles. You see all these little holes, probably caused by flea beetles. What I usually see is the plants will outgrow the insect damage and they'll go on to produce new foliage. This would be the stage when I would be most concerned about damage from things like flea beetles. When they're tender, these are just little sprouts. Second pest I want to mention to you would be the black-spotted cucumber beetles. The cucumber beetles you usually find underneath the leaves. They're gnawing some holes in there. Treating for insects like the flea beetles and the cucumber beetles can be pretty challenging because they have a really hard body. So if you spray them with like a horticultural oil, it doesn't usually penetrate and is not able to work. Diatomaceous earth can be applied. You have to apply it directly to the insects. Just know that it's not 100%. It takes time, and I think it's messy. They don't seem to do enough damage to warrant spraying anything, doing anything. I think that's the most organic approach if that works out for you. It doesn't always work out like that. However, just keep that perspective. Is there enough damage to warrant treatment? All right, number 3, I want to mention real quick, caterpillars. You may hear them referred to as cabbage loopers because they're all over the brassicas, the leafy greens, the lettuce. This type of irregular damage, holes in the middle of the leaves, even on the edges, to me, looks like caterpillars. They can be the same color as the foliage that they're chomping on. Sometimes you'll see cutworms, which are caterpillars that work at ground level, and they can be brown. They tend to be on the underside. You'll find them there in the evening most likely. They'll hide there. You won't see them during the day quite as easily. However, if you go out at night, you'll find them under the leaves and they'll be munching down. Sometimes you'll find their frass on top of the leaves. That can give you a good indication that they are present. I'm usually pretty reluctant to spray anything for caterpillars. If I do, it's an organic BT solution. I can tell by looking at my plants how bad the infestation is. Sometimes when I see several holes like that, to me it indicates that there may be some freshly hatched caterpillar larvae out there and it looks like there's an outbreak. Then that's when I might spray. What I like to do is get out here in the evening, and if I can find caterpillars, I'll just physically remove them. Just pull them off my hand. That can take care of a lot of them. And that's organic, 100%. Also, I want to mention roly-polies or pillbugs, whatever you want to call them. They're ground-dwelling recyclers. They're recycling organic matter, so they do have a purpose in nature. However, if you're trying to do some direct seeding, planting directly in the garden, they will work against you. Roly-polies will do this type of thing. They've just come in there. They have these raspy mouth parts, and they'll gnaw on that, get something to eat, move on, and they leave this whole spinach leaf there wasted. You need to look out for them. There are some trap methods you can use, like a sunken beer trap. You can take a grapefruit that you've eaten and turn it upside down, place it away from your garden bed. That will attract them. That can help you deter these insects from your seedlings. All right, so just remember, for all of these insects, is there enough damage to warrant an organic treatment? Okay, that's a really important thing to consider. Just because you see an insect in the garden, just because you see some damage, does not mean that you have to do anything. You need to monitor it daily. You need to be out in the garden making assessments, doing what you can physically to remove these insects. And if you get an outbreak, catch it early, take care of it, and you should be on your way. But by and large, increasing biodiversity in the garden will produce predatory beneficial insects that's going to help you keep the balance. It's just that simple. What that points to is the garlic pepper tea as a repellent. That's something that I would probably try over diatomaceous earth because it would be easier to apply, and I think it would work better as a deterrent. You probably have just as good chances as keeping those insects away from your plants with a deterrent as you would killing them and controlling them with the diatomaceous earth. But either one of those would be a suitable organic approach to trying to control some of these cool season pests. Yeah. Check out some of these other awesome gardening videos on my channel. Learn to grow your own food and keep it organic.